Well, Bobby, what sort of game are you expecting at Selhurst Park? Obviously, not been a great record this year in home form for Palace. I think 3 wins in total this season. But obviously, sometimes those records can go away because when you're a team like Town who are struggling, obviously 11 cup finals to go, the cliche getting chucked out for Ipswich Town to stay in the Premier League. Yeah, what sort of game are you expecting?
Yeah, you obviously expect it to be a tough game against relegation contenders. I think that's obvious. You expect Ipswich to set up, be happy with a point. Maybe I don't know where you would stand on that, but you expect them to set up, be disciplined, maybe try and hit on the counter if they can. Palace, although the results haven't been going for Palace at home this season, they have been pretty controlled in their performances. It's been about not taking chances and not being clinical because they have put in some really good displays and not got results. So I expect, as with the Villa game most recently, that was a real turning point because it kind of rubbished anything we're not very good at home mentality around the club, because they put in the similar level of performance. It was increased, but a similar level of performance while they were doing, and they finally got that result, and confidence will now boost. And I would expect to see Palace win the game. I just haven't seen enough from Ipswich this season really to think that they'll be able to win at Selhurst Park, even though Palace's home record isn't that great.
Yeah, and you mentioned off air about a record against newly promoted teams is pretty good for Palace.
Yeah, so I think the last time Palace, it's not newly promoted teams, it's teams who have been in the bottom three.
Yeah, cool.
At time kickoff. I think they haven't lost at home, I was reading, since 2019 or 2017 when they lost 4-0 to Sunderland.
Okay, well, it starts now. We shall see. What's your score prediction for then? You're saying for a Palace win, but how many goals? Obviously, no Mateta, so maybe you've got to rely on someone else scoring the goals. But obviously, there's other players who can score, obviously.
Yeah, I think probably maybe a 2-0, 2-1 kind of game. I think on paper it should be pretty comfortable for Palace, but football has a strange kind of way of surprising you.
Definitely. And we haven't been to Selhurst Park for a while, Ipswich Town. I think last time we went was back in 2017 in a cup game, and obviously we played in the league game is obviously the 2010s. But any difference in terms of the away end? Anything we should expect differently going to Selhurst?
Not really. You still won't get the greatest sight. The gantry will be in your way, and it's not a very nice place to go to for away supporters in terms of watching the game itself.